Hey guys, my name's Jake. I'm an artist located in Charlotte, North Carolina, and man, it feels really good to say that. Let's celebrate. So last month, I finally made the move from West Palm Beach, Florida, where I had been living for the last 3 years, to Charlotte, North Carolina, which is the place that I grew up and the place that I'd like to call home. Very excited. It was something I was looking forward to for a while and finally got to make the jump. Now that I'm in here and getting settled a little bit, I wanted to create a little piece inspired by that move. So I want to do a little Queen City / Carolina Panthers inspired piece today. Break out the paints a little bit and just kind of have some fun and see what we can make. Let's get it. So instead of a canvas, I wanted to try to do this painting on a wooden panel instead. It's something that I've seen a couple different artists do, and I figured I'd give it a shot. So I started just by copying what I had seen, give it a light sanding, a couple coats of gesso to make sure the paint's gonna adhere well, and then we can get to sketching. The idea for this piece was pretty simple. I wanted to show some love to the Panthers, show some love to the city of Charlotte, the Queen City, so just kind of combine the two, throw a crown on a panther. Easy enough, right? Maybe not my most creative idea, but I still think it's gonna come out pretty cool. So once the sketching's done, gonna get started by laying down the black paint to form the base of the panther. I really have some like subtle tones of like blue and teal through here, but this first coat is almost entirely black. Just kind of lay in the shadows and hint at the highlights a little bit so that I don't lose my entire sketch under this first coat of paint. So maybe just a little background about like why I am doing this piece and why like a Panthers piece feels like the right way to celebrate being back in Charlotte. Like I said, I was born and raised in Charlotte, North Carolina, and have always been such a huge Panthers fan. The team was announced in '95. I was born in '94. So it's really been around for as long as I've been alive. I have really fond memories of going to games as a kid, where my dad or my grandpa would take my sister and I. You can check out young Jake here rocking the face paint and the backwards hat, absolutely killing it. And in addition to that, the Panthers have also played a big role in a lot of the artwork that I've done over the years. I've done more than my share of Panthers pieces, including a charcoal piece of the stadium, and a couple colored pencil portraits of players. I did Cam Newton and Christian McCaffrey when I was really trying to like figure out how I wanted to work with Prismacolors and seeing what I could do there. And it even goes back way further than that when I was about 9 or 10 and did this really great portrait of one of the Panthers' all-time greats, Julius Peppers. So yeah, it's just been a big part of my life for a while, and this felt like a really great way to celebrate being back in the city, being back in the place that I call home, and I'm just super excited about it. After finishing the Panther, I started laying in the eyes and realized that yellow needed a couple coats to paint over some of the areas of black that had leaked into the eyes, and so I'll add a couple coats, and because I'm impatient, bounce around to some other areas of the painting. So hit the background a little bit, add in all that Carolina blue to the background. I'm just gonna stop it right here so that everybody can appreciate the fact that at this moment, it really looks like he's just gonna rock a chef's hat. And let's be honest, it's a pretty strong look. But after getting the background done, start throwing in a little bit of the crown. Start with just the fabric that's gonna lay underneath, that kind of velvety purple fabric. So as we're getting into the painting process a little further, really the whole process is just laying down base coats and bringing out highlights and shadows where applied. I found that I was really using my digital process a lot in my traditional work. I've been doing a lot more digital lately and don't really have all that much painting experience. And so I definitely applied my workflow digitally to this traditional piece, and I think it turned out really well. and then do the same thing with the crown. Once I found a nice base color for the gold, started going back and forth a little bit with there, trying to bring that out, and really just working with a smaller and smaller brush to try to bring out those details. One thing that I did do here with the gemstones in the crown was to make them a teal color. Again, with the purple underneath the crown, I think it worked really well as a kind of little wink at the Hornets, the other team in the Charlotte area. So I thought that was kind of cool. And overall, yeah, just love the teal and purple working with the rest of the Carolina blue in the piece. So it definitely works out. Once that's all done, the piece is really starting to come together. You need to throw in the border around this whole piece. So I tape that off, throw some quick paint over there, and you get the oh so satisfying peel. Get that nice crisp edge, and you can really start seeing this piece come together. After doing that top, bottom, and both sides, really just need to go in and add those final details, do a little color correction here and there, add in the whiskers, throw on my signature, and let's take a look at the final reveal. All right, that will do it for this one. I am absolutely thrilled with how this piece turned out. It was a lot of fun, and really am just surprised by how well it turned out. I found that I relied pretty heavily on how I've been practicing my digital painting, and a lot of that translated both stylistically and process-wise in how I did my traditional painting process, which is new and it's growing, and I'm really excited by it. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to drop a like or leave a comment. If you're enjoying the content as a whole, please consider subscribing or ring the bell if you want to be notified as soon as my next videos come out. I have some really fun stuff planned along the way and would hate for you to miss it. If you like the piece to the point that you might consider buying a print, I'm thinking about putting a run of these prints available on my website. They're not ready yet, but you can go ahead and check out my Instagram and I will announce it on there as soon as they're available, or you can always just check out my website. It's jakesummerour.com. Like I said, got some cool stuff coming up in the future, but this is all for now. So until then, I'll see you next time.